ministry vision is, right? The Christian education ministry ought to know what the men's and women's ministry is doing, right? So we all understand each other's vision, and most of all, the church's vision, decision-making and accountability to accomplish God's mission. Now, notice what this is that he says in Matthew 28, go ye therefore and what? Teach all nations, right? Right? Baptizing them in the name of the Father, teaching them whatsoever I've commanded you. And lo, I'll be with you always even to the end of the earth. All right. So there it is. So here's some key characteristics. The key characteristics we just went over: shared vision, right? Shared vision. Shared vision. The second thing that we need to understand is trust and respect. And this is what I see a lot of times in ministry. Not just here, but everywhere I go. They don't trust, or standing in the corner talking about Lady Graham. There is no trust and there is no respect. Come on, somebody. If I'm standing around talking about Lady Shankay, right? There's no trust and respect. And if a ministry is going to be, see, we had to trust the captain to do what he was supposed to be doing. Right? Yeah. Yeah. And we always had somebody that like the COO who kept us accountable for everything that was taking place. So if the captain is like with the president, he shouldn't be making all these decisions to put us all in jeopardy. He should be going through getting somebody, trying to say, hey, let's dissect this thing. Let's filter it out a little bit. Do you think it's the right thing to do? You know what I'm saying? Or should we not do it all at one time, or we should do it? That's what collaborativeness is, right? What else? Open communication. Open communication. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know what's sad? Is when the leadership is talking and the pastor don't know what's going on. Or there's a program that's getting ready to take place and the pastor had no idea that it's happening. You know how embarrassing that is? Right? Or you leading the ministry and your folk done already did a program and you sit up there trying, you at home in your shorts. Yeah. And everybody, hey, where you at? I'm at home. You're supposed to be up here. Your ministry is doing this and doing that. Somebody said open communication. What? Communication can sink, lack of communication can sink a ship quick. Does it make sense? You know what I'm saying? Give me an example of what I'm talking about, please. Yeah. I know that's right. Yeah. It becomes a whole issue because you don't know who gets what or who's supposed to do what and who makes this decision. I think the question was asked to me some time ago, who do I go to when I need something? Do I go to the pastor? Do I go to you? Do I go to this person? Do I go to that person? And when I ran it down, they said to me, now I know. But here's the other thing. If you don't know, you need to communicate that. Right? Don't always expect that it's going to happen, that leader is going to share that, because they got so much on their mind sometimes. Sometimes it's just lazy. But there's a lot of times that things are on their mind and they can't think of everything at one time. So if you don't understand something that's so important, to say, hey, look, y'all getting ready to have a women's conference, right? Is there anything that the men's ministry can do? Is there anything that the young adult can, so forth, so on? Making sense? What else? What does that mean? What do you think it means, empowerment? So if I'm dealing with the characteristics of collaborative leadership and I say empowerment, what do you think I'm saying? Okay, I like that. making sure you have the tools to be successful, empowering you to say, I don't know it all. So Minister Scott, what do you think about this? Right? Giving you some say so into what we're doing. Empowerment. Because I don't think I know everything. I know a lot of things, but I don't know everything. Make sense? And then shared problem solving. You know what I'm saying? Don't just go off of them because you know them, because, hey, Lady D Nice, what? I got this situation. You don't have to call names. I got this situation. And if it was you, how would you handle that? And then trying to put it together. Shared problem solving. Because sometimes we can be so engulfed in the situation we can't see the passion or we can't see the love within it, right? So I mean, everywhere you go, even on y'all's job, on your jobs, there's a collaborative effort for them to come together, right? And to figure out, hey, we got this problem, y'all. That's why people are having such a hard time with our current administration in the White House, because he's not collaborating with people to figure out what's what. So our lives is in jeopardy. Because understand, we're leading people. You might not have but 3 people in your ministry, but guess what? You're not just leading those 3. You're leading everybody in this church because they see you as a leader. Is it making sense? And we got to step up and do what we have to do with our shared problem solving, okay, and all of that. So here's the historical context of Nehemiah. So 445 BC, Jerusalem's walls were destroyed, right? But then when you look at that, Nehemiah served as a cupbearer for the Persian king, right? So Nehemiah didn't have his own authority. But what I like about Nehemiah is when he heard from God, Nehemiah never wasted time. He didn't waste time. He went straight to the king. Here's the thing. Sometimes God puts us in positions where we can get cheers that we need. Y'all not hearing what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? Who would have thought these chairs are beautiful? Amen. Wait till we finish this place. You wait. It's going to be off the chain. Right. State of the art. I'm going to be renting this thing out to Keller Williams to come in and have your little trainings over here. I know y'all don't need it, but I'm just saying. Y'all got more buildings than you can shake a stick at. But I'm just saying, your daycare training, why not tell them folks, come over here, we got a training room. They're going to give us $100, $200, to come in here and do what we need to do. Is all of this making sense to y'all? So what happens is that he's working, he's in this place, and so he gets this message from God, and he says, okay, I got to go to the person that will empower me to do what I need to do. The one that gives me the authority to do what I need to do. So God calls them to rebuild the walls. And let me tell you something, this is what God is doing for us right now. He's saying Praise Temple has had some walls that have been destroyed, and we need to rebuild these walls. Y'all know how strong y'all were in the community? You were a threat to El Paso's community. But here's the thing. We can't allow our walls to remain torn down. We got to get strong again. Our women's ministry, our men's ministry, our youth ministry, our young adult ministry. Got to get strong. Got to get strong. Empowering our kids. So Nehemiah 1 and 4. Look at, somebody get that real quick. You got it on your phone? Nehemiah 1 and 4. Yeah. Now, spiritual leadership starts with prayer. So let me ask you this question. What burden has God placed on your heart for your ministry? What burden has God placed on your heart for the ministry that you are over? And if you don't have a burden for your ministry, then maybe you need to go back and pray again. Right? Because there should be some type of burden. It's like with me. I don't sleep at night. I'm up all night creating things, doing things to try to see. I'm going to try to see if I can get that on here. Can you help me? The new website, just to show y'all what we've been working on. right? So we got to pray, right? He prayed and he fasted, and what else did he do? Sought God when? Sought God when? Sought God before he acted. And this is the thing that I see ministries falling apart because they want to do something just because it's something to do. And we cannot represent the ministry well, the ministry of God well, just doing stuff. It's got to be godly. It's got to be God sought. Because God knows what he wants for Praise Temple. So why are we trying to just do what? Because what that does is that somebody say out of alignment. And I've been talking about that alignment thing for a long time, right? When I first got here, what was y'all's theme? Y'all forgot it? Making the adjustment. Making the adjustment. What that said to me when I came was that you all were willing to fall in line and adjust with where God is leading through this ministry. Does it make sense? And so we have to do more adjusting, because if this doesn't work, then let's adjust it. Maybe we were in the wrong place. We need to go over here, right? We need to do this. Maybe how do we build this ministry back up? Do we build it through the men's ministry and everybody else do their part to sustain? Do we build it through the women's ministry and everybody else do their part? Do we build it through Bible study and teaching? Or do we build it through singing? How do we build this ministry? And so we got to seek God for direction. And that's all I ever do. Because I can't do it by myself. Making sense? All right, so he seeks God for his direction. He seeks God for what he wants, what he needs to do. Lord, I'm not going to do this. I see this problem, but I'm not going to do nothing until you give me the direction, you know what I'm saying? Or you give me the instructions of what I need to do. You ready? Read it. Nehemiah 2, 17 and 18. So here's the thing. Here's the thing, and we're gonna get into it in a few minutes, because I'm gonna give you what God gave me, in the process, right? So here it is. The first thing we see in those scriptures is we see shared vision, right? Because they didn't say, okay, I'm gonna go and do this. What did they say? Let us, right? Let us rise up and build. This is a shared vision. This is a shared thing together. Shared vocations. So what happens is that if you look at that third chapter, everybody had their little thing that they were doing. So it was shared what they had to build, what areas they had to build. And we're gonna do an activity today that's gonna help you understand that, right? Shared vocations, which is the rebuilding, right? And then we had shared victory, watch, because it was good work. You'll see it in a minute, Lady Graham. You see it because they said in the text, let us do what? Say that again. Let us rise, the 18th verse. Is that the end of it? Okay. Third chapter, they eat together families, groups, and build missions. Every ministry builds towards the goal. What is our mission? To reestablish confidence in God, the body of Christ, became a team. The West Wall, they were doing all kind of foundation, all of that kind of stuff. They shared the responsibility. Every ministry builds toward the goal to reestablish confidence in God. Pastors and no preachers in the local assembly by, projecting love, promoting life, and permeating light. And then we're gonna talk about what that looks like. Projecting love. You know what I'm saying? Promoting life. And permeating life. We're gonna be dealing with how that not today, but we'll deal with it. So Nehemiah 4, right? The 4th chapter of Nehemiah, workers built with one hand and held weapons with the other. What does that say to y'all? Ready to fight at the same time. So worship and work was going on, worship and warring was going on. Yeah. All at the same time. And so here is how that looks. This is how they look. They were working, doing what needs to do to build the structure, the infrastructure, to build it up, but at the same time, they knew they had enemies. They knew that there was going to be some obstacles that come their way. And this is the problem that I have with the church, is we get frustrated because it doesn't turn out the way we want it to turn out, and we abandon the work. Y'all see that? We abandon the work because it didn't turn out the way we want to turn out. But that's just a fight. The Bible says that they worked with one hand and they fought with the other hand. Right? Can you see that? Did y'all get a mental picture of that? I'm hammering and I got a gun in this hand and I'm hammering with this hand. You know what I'm saying? And here come the enemy talking all that trash. Bam! Just a mental picture. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, so collaborative leadership leads to servant leadership. So I might be the one in charge today, but you're the one in charge tomorrow, and I'm still a leader, so I got to learn how to serve while I lead. And this is the problem. That's problem number 2. Somebody said problem number 2 with Johnson. Problem number 2 with Johnson is this here, is that we got folk that as long as they leading, if they can't lead, they don't want to serve. Right? So Nehemiah worked alongside the people and rejected personal gain. So what you over that ministry, you can still move a chair. You can still bring some food in. You can still usher the people through the doors. You can still greet somebody. I asked y'all some time ago, I want every leader to, y'all switch off and greet people at the front door. We ain't done it yet. I'm looking at all of y'all. I ain't just looking at one person. We haven't done it yet. Go ahead. Okay, y'all wasn't here when I did that. I'm sorry. I exclude these 2. The rest of y'all know. Be nice. You were in that meeting, wasn't you? You weren't in that meeting either? Okay, so y'all 3 I exclude. These 3 I won't. No, I'm just playing. Leaders are not above serving others. Leaders are not above serving others. Y'all agree with that? I don't have to keep going through all this stuff. I'm just taking you through some. Authority in God's kingdom is expressed through the least of you. Let them be your what? Your leader. Let them be your leader. Right? You got some folk that want to be up here. Oh, I want to be. This is me. I done got this many years in this. And you know what? I've been preaching over 50-something years. I got 6 degrees, okay, and I still know how to move a chair. I still know how to drag some tape, and sweep a floor. Yeah, I still know how to do all that kind of stuff. I remember one time we were in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and this was during one of our conferences when I first come in. I think maybe 2 or 3 years I was in there. They made me an overseer, so I thought I would, and I had my little blue thing on, and we were all sitting around there, and that was 3 old men from the church that we were having the conference at. They were struggling trying to get them tables, and I just happened to turn and look. I took my jacket off, laid it on the side, on the back of a chair, and started rolling tables myself. And Perry said, "Well, dog, if he can do it, I can too." He wasn't overseer then; he was a pastor at that time. And he tells the story all the time. He can tell it better than I can. But we got to understand that you can't get puffed up in this thing if the work is going to work. We lead with humility. And true leaders elevate others. That's why you see me. I love to just shower you all with some great things. And I love to tell you when you're out of order. Did I say love to? Oh, I'm sorry. I just, All right. Well, here's some. John Maxwell said leadership is what? Y'all remember that when you was in the military? The definition for leadership is the process of influencing an individual in such a way. I think they done changed it a little bit in the military. The process of influencing an individual in such a way as to accomplish a mission. I know, but Lady Graham, I know you got to work, but what time can you give? I know, Shantae, you working at the daycare all day long, and this is after hours, but can you give us at least 30, 40 minutes? Does it make sense? Working with people. Leadership is influence. Try to being an influencer, learning what a person's vices are so that you can influence them. I have some kids in my class when I was teaching way back, Lady Graham. And they had these vices. I was in special ed. And one of the things that a lot of teachers didn't understand is that how are you able to get him to get out of that car when every morning he comes and he cries and he refuses to get out the car? You come here, work a few months, and you walk outside and he comes running out. So why is it? Because I understand them. I find out what they like. I find out what motivates them. I find out what's going on with them. And then I use that to influence them. Yeah. One guy loved he won't come out. He won't come out. I stand in the door and he gets out the car and come on to the room. And my principal looked at me and said, "What?" I said, "Y'all don't get to know him. That's why you can't influence them." Write that on your paper. You got to get to know people in order to be an influence in their life. Does it make sense? You can't just employ them. You got to get to know them. Is it making sense? Because, my friends will do stuff quicker for me than somebody that don't know me. Somebody that knows me will move quicker for me than somebody that they've never seen me. So when I spend time at their desk or with them saying, "Hey, y'all been knowing me too long. Y'all knew me all my life pretty much." Rick Warren said, ministry grows through what? Teams. Ministries grow through teams. Billy Graham said, humility sustains leadership. Right? Learning how to be humble. Why collaboration matters? Why does it matter? Why does working together matter? What's the number one thing? Lord Jesus. Any burnout folks in here that have been burnt out before? Yeah, listen, ain't no need none of us saying that we ain't never been burnt out. I'm ready to go. I heard Elder Lucas say that before she retired. Lord Jesus, I'm ready. Right? Lady Graham saying it now. I'm ready. Lord Jesus, I got my jets on. I got them fueled up. Man, as soon as December comes, I ain't going to even say goodbye. I'm gone. Prevent burnout, right? So working together helps prevent burnout. That's why, John K, you in the daycare or in the women's ministry, you got to have somebody helping you. It makes sense? And so we got to do it. It also builds stronger ministries when we collaborate together. Encourages creativity. You know what I'm saying? Lord have mercy. That 49, I never thought of that. Right? So why would I reject it? If it's not going to hurt nobody, if it's not bringing nobody no harm, because it's in line with what the Bible say do. Does this make sense? So let somebody think. Let somebody bring some stuff in. Adrian has already, Lucas, they bring some good stuff to me all the time. I'll be wanting to say, no, and then come back next week and say, let's do this, and then tell them what they said. Tell them what they said. No, so and then it strengthens our unity. It strengthens our unity. So activity. So teams receive simple materials to build a small structure. Okay, so here it is: restoration plan, a retention plan, a recruitment plan, and resilience plan. I have a form that I'm going to give to every leader Sunday morning. Okay, everybody, and it has a restoration plan. It has restoration plan is that plan that what am I going to do to bring these people back to this ministry? So we got some people that have left. We got some people that have got upset and walked away. We even have some people move, right? So we can't do anything with those that are moved out of the state or out of the city or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But there are some people that's right here that was a part of Praise Temple that we need to reach. So restoration plan. It's part of the restoration plan. And when you see the form I have, you'll see what I'm talking about. Then they have the retention plan. What are we doing to keep them here? The training processes, the things, making it exciting for them. The excitement of my ministry. Because people ain't gonna come just to sit. I was telling the guy that the other day, Lord Jesus, I said, everybody in here is a pastor. So why do we need to sit and listen to you tell me how to build a sermon? Come on now. We need something that's going to show us how to be a better ministry. How do we grow our ministry? How do we reach people for the sake or for the kingdom of God? Right? And so we need things. What are you telling people about your ministry that's going to excite them about their ministry? Are you listening to what they're saying your ministry needs to be? What do we do to keep them excited about ministry? The next one is recruitment plan. What are we doing as far as evangelism goes? You know what I'm saying? I need to see some extensive evangelism plans. Right? What am I doing to bring more people into the ministry? And I think we've got this thing kind of messed up because you go to our Anglo brother and our Anglo sisters, and they don't care if you're a member or not, just keep coming. Y'all feeling me? I mean, listen, Brother Johnson, I really appreciate you coming. That's what they say to me, right? When I was in Lamesa, they don't say that around here. and listen, they were excited, man. They be like grinning and going on, and I just came to visit. I was already pastoring, so I just come to visit. That excitement, man, you know what I'm saying? Recruitment plan. What do I have in place to reach 5 people a week or 10 people a month? What's in place for me to, what is our ministry doing to reach other people for Christ? I ain't talking about proselyting. I'm talking about going out there, warming stuff. Just if they already members over there, let them be faithful over there. But come here. Let's do this. Let's do this. You know how many lost people out there? Alicio didn't belong to nobody's church. But he He's here now. Keep him here. Huh? Go ahead. Greetings. Somebody write that down. Greeting. Church beautification. Follow up. Yeah, big one. And outreach. Okay, outreach. And that involves evangelism and social actions, right? Okay, got you. Yeah. All right. So anybody else? Anybody else? Where do you see we need more collaboration? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Mm. And I think, Mr. Hines, this is a part right here. This plan, this process right here, this system is going to keep complacency at a minimum. There's some folks that's just going to complain. You know what I'm saying? But if we're working our ministries, then they have the answers they need because our ministries are working properly. Is it making sense? Because I'm gonna complain. I'm gonna complain when I can't get what I want. Am I right? Every time last night I was starving. After doing all that work, D-Night, I was starving. And I said, man, I'm hungry. Oh, I know I want to go because I wanted to go to Famous Dave. Y'all know Famous Dave, my place, right? And they have this beef rib. Ooh, Jesus. Huge. Huh? Yeah. Well, you know, I hey, what? I already know what Scott said. I already know what Scott is saying. Scott is like, oh my Lord. Watch this, y'all. So I went to get me a beef rib, and well, it was 7 o'clock, so I'm all right. I was teeter-tottering. Watch this, and so I go. You messing up my story. Anyway, so I went to Famous Dave's, right? So I go to Famous Dave's, and I said, hey, I know what I want. I want the beef rib. I want that beef short rib. And he looked at me and said, I'm sorry, we don't have it. Won't he do it? Won't he do it? Will he won't? But watch this, y'all. Watch this. So they didn't have the beef rib. I'm upset now. I mean, because I drove as far as I drove the Northeast to go get a beef rib, and you don't have beef rib? Okay, all right. I'll tell you what. I want the sausage. I'm sorry. We don't have the sausage. We're trying to find another one that we can put on the menu. I said, oh, Lord. I said, let me get out of here. Right? That was my first mind. I got to go. That's what they say when they come here and can't find what they're looking for. I got to go. That will minimize, Mr. Hines, if that answers your question, that complacency part, because I only complain because I can't what? Get what I need or what I came for. You know what I'm saying? Walmart, you can get anything you want in Walmart. I'll be surprised if they're gonna start having babies for sale over there. Watch what I say. Walmart, Walmart got everything. I'm telling you, Walmart got everything. I'm telling you. You watch what I tell you. You know what I'm saying? You can even go online. You can go online and get tires and rims and all that stuff from Walmart. Y'all remember caskets? Ain't that crazy? You can get a casket from Walmart. What? You're not even in the funeral business. They are not. So that's that. You see what I'm saying? So people complain about what? What they can't get or what they need, and they can't find it. Okay, there you go. Yeah. 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 Mm. Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. Wow. That's right. That's right. That's right. Right. She said two. We didn't meet the expectation. Wonderfully explained from a woman that's watching my weight. Make sure I don't get fat late at night. No, but I mean, you know, our ministry. So the first thing she said was greeters, and so if we need to be more collaborative in our greeting, what needs to happen? That's right. Right. Yeah. 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 Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right. And then when they don't see that, they're like, "This ain't no full gospel church." Like when I went to North Carolina, y'all went full gospel. Watch this, Elder Lucas. They were wearing plaid and blue and green and purple suits with clergy, black and white shoes and all that. I'm like, y'all went full gospel? When did we start doing that? You know, you might as well take the shirt off and put the tie on. Don't do that to the clergy. That means you don't understand it. That means you don't respect clergy, right? So I get you. People have to see what you say. Ooh. Well, it is. Yeah. Well, Vanessa does it. Is her name Vanessa? Vanessa. Vanessa do it. If Vanessa can do it, anybody can do it. Vanessa is one of Vanessa cares about her ministry. That's the thing. And if Vanessa's saved, we saved, what's wrong with us? Does it make sense? Yeah.
And that's a challenge to us also, because children's ministry is not per se. Go ahead. At MTM, you a minister. Part of that rotation was you read,
Mm,
you did armor bearer duty,
mm,
you helped the deacon and the deaconess team serve,
mm,
you were on the unseen hands
mm.
and you rotated and did children's church so we could give the children's church team an opportunity twice a month in order to be a part of the service.
Main service, yeah.
So if you
I like that.
you minister to the children too, and you could not tell James E. Allen, well, I don't do children. Well, great. Minister such and such, you're welcome to work with the congregation.
Mm. That's right.
You will be in the congregation, you can be a small group, but you will not operate in a ministerial capacity because you got to be in the ministry of all people.
Man, let me go to my next part here. You just stole my thunder, girl. Yeah, because what she said is absolutely right. Because if we don't know what part of the wall that God has called us to, then we will not build it adequately. Okay? So when you got it, Shanky? Okay. So when we understand the need, what do I need to step up and step in, right? The collaborative aspect of it. So new members orientation, right? We know we got some new members, but how come they're not coming? Somebody should say, hey, listen, have you been to new members? If you in my ministry, you've been to new members orientation? No, I haven't. Oh, well, Sunday morning, Lady Graham is doing new members orientation. Can you make sure you're there? That's one of the requirements. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, new members orientation. We collaborate. You know what I'm saying? Or you got a woman that's coming to church, but she's not a part of women's ministry. Hey, we've got an awesome women's ministry. You're not the leader, but you're a woman. We got an awesome women's ministry. That's collaborating, right? But then you have that leadership respect. What part of the wall has God called you to build? You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we want to build everybody else's wall and our wall is tore down. Come on, somebody. Make sure your wall is up, leaders, right? Make sure our walls are up. Make sure our walls are being built right. Listen, I've never gone to a ministry where I didn't give 125,000%. Never. Even before I started pastoring, I would call my pastor, hey, pastor, is there anything you need me to do? Stop calling me. That's what he tell me. Ronnie D. Joyner. Hopefully one of these years we can bring him. That was my pastor boy. That was a bad boy. All right, so practical ministry steps. So when you are in your ministry, you're forming leadership teams. Every ministry ought to have a leadership team. Every church ought to have a leadership team. You all are the leadership team. And within each one of your ministries, there should be a leadership. We not too long ago, we were structuring the financial ministry together, putting it together so we can get some things done. What's wrong with delegating responsibility? I can't be there, Elder Lucas. Can you preach for me this Sunday? Okay. I can't. I'm gonna be tied up Wednesday. I need you, Minister Hines, to teach Wednesday nights. What we need to do, D Nice, is on Wednesday nights, if I'm ever out, we need to send a link to the ministers that's going to be teaching, because we used to do that with I don't forgot her name, Brenda, right? Yeah, she would just send us a link. We click on the link, and then we'd be able to teach that class while she sits off to the side, and we teach the Bible study. So it's important to delegate responsibility, communicate regularly, and that's what we're going to be doing, y'all. Just talking, communicating. You know, if you all see a situation where, listen, women's ministry, matter of fact, the ladies are getting ready to do their women's conference. There should be a whole lot of collaborating, a whole lot of meeting going on now. You know what I'm saying? Our church anniversary, we ain't had one meeting, but maybe two or three. I'm not going to do it all. Does it make sense? I need people to step up and say, hey, this is what we need to do. Mother Williams, Pastor, I want to do this, I want to do that. Well, okay, Mother Williams, that's your horse. You ride it. And I'm going to be right there to support you. Right? And then we got to celebrate team victories. So when things go off well, we praise people for it. People love to do things to get praised for. Right? All right, so here's your key takeaways. First of all, whatever we do here at Praise Temple, we're gonna pray. It's about prayer, right? We gotta set vision. What is your vision? I need you all to set vision for where you're working in ministry. Set vision. What do you like that ministry? What do you want that ministry to be? Right? Finance ministry, young adult ministry, youth ministry, those things like that. We're still trying to find somebody to work with the youth. Young adults, I may have somebody. And then we got to build unity, because unity builds strong ministries. Prayer, vision, teamwork, and unity, they build strong ministries, right? So Nehemiah's call, what is the call? What is overseer trying to tell y'all? Rise up and let's build. Let's rise up and build. And it's important. Be nice, can you come over here while I do that and find that, if you can find that on there, so I can show y'all what we're working on. Because, you know, people say you don't need a website, but I beg to differ. Yeah, you need one. You need a website. You can have Facebook, you can have TikTok and all that other stuff, but what attracts professional people is that website. You know what I'm saying? That website. Matter of fact, if you go to your deal on your phone, on your computer, and just type in the search bar drjeromejohnson.com, and you'll see my my deal come up, my page. You know what I'm saying? I had somebody help me build it. I didn't do it myself. I had some help. That's called what? Collaboration. I don't know how to build no website. We've been talking about a website for 5 years, ever since I've been here. Because it went that well now, not 5 years, 4 years now, 3 years. Ever since we lost administrative rights to the last one we had. It's just out there in limbo somewhere. I don't know where it is. But we're definitely gonna be doing something a little different to try to bring some more notoriety, because professionalism attracts professionalism. Anything goes that doesn't attract people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I've left jobs because, man, y'all ain't professional. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I was at y'all remember Vista College used to be here? I used to work for Vista College in Lubbock. I'd walk down the halls and all you hear is folks talking about each other. And I said, y'all too toxic for me. I can't do this. Right on. Jesus. What's that? GoDaddy? What you talking about?
No, which one of these are you using?
Oh, little that one right there. No, I was just, all you had to do is go to your email and get it to come up, right?
It's not coming up in the email.
Oh,
It's
okay.
still coming up with yours.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just pull up mine. Will it come up? Huh? Hmm. No, we don't do it. Let's just pull up. Just pull up. Oh, well, yeah, I want the church's one. It wants my email, right? Whoops. I'm typing fast. Be nice. I'm, I'm getting fast. I'm getting fast. I used to be like Sean K. Oh, you don't know it? I think. I guess that's not it, huh? Let's see if that's the one. Yeah. Yes. What's that? 78. Okay. All right.
You in a particular group, which leads to your burnout and theirs. What 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 have you decided is this is how I'm gonna give this team relief and allow room for other people to become a part of that team or allow them to be the team leaders and have their own support? How many other junior Adrians, how many other junior Elder Lucases, Lady Shantae, how many other of those, how many other uh, Lady Denise and Taiwan? What was the vision that you were given that we can take and run with? Working or you were there, but to be able to bring relief because I I've seen that these three for sure have been the hands that work, but their legs get tired too.
Yeah. And I think what I was going to share with you when you said that is this right here. When 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 the concern is verbalized, the answer is already present. And the reason I say that is because when I ask how many typos we got, if you just ask the question, whatever the burden is, it can be met. Now, the second issue with that is that are the people who can do the job, do like Nehemiah's folks say, have a mind to work? Do they have a mind to work? Because some people just want to come to church. That's it. I don't want to do nothing else. I don't want to fool with Lady Scott. No, I don't even want to say hello to her. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just using that for an example. I don't know that to be true or whatever. But we've got my vision is that we get everybody busy And that is when they come to this ministry, we should be asking the question like I did with Lady Graham when we did new members orientation. What is your strengths? What is your weaknesses? Where would you like to work? And she said, Pastor, I want to do this. Well, I wouldn't have known that if I hadn't asked that question. So we've got to start asking the questions. What are you gifted in doing?
Can we announce
You got it?
that
Claude? Oh, Claude ain't on that one. But I'll send the email to you. You can go on your email and get it.
No. So this link right here
Mhm.
is not going to open on your computer.
Oh,
That's why I'm
because
saying-
this probably a no. Let me see. Let me see something here. Let me see. Are we on the internet? Yeah, we on the internet. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I know what it was. I didn't put .com. That's why. It's still not working. This must be a Adrian computer right here. So it should. That's why I don't understand why it's not coming up.
Well, type it in your search bar instead of the Google bar.
Oh, okay. What'd you say, Adrian? You know what to do? Anybody want some donuts and coffee? I got it. You got some milk? Oh, won't the Lord do it? Oh, what was I going to say? Okay, so the question you were asking is,
that was the other thing too. You said a little while ago.
yeah, there it is.
Know where they can plug in if you don't announce, hey, we need hands here, or we need, or who do you know? I mean, our next ordinance might be related or in the army, and we don't know it because we are not making it known.
Yeah.
And we're interested in.
Yeah.
Who do you know that is able to greet? Put it out there so people can do what it is they do.
Yeah, I think it's important. And then once we get our website up, those things because I want a page where only we as members could communicate in, a link so that, if you have a question as a member, once you come into the ministry, you can ask those questions and somebody's, getting that answer. Okay, that's an Elder Lucas question. So we emailing Elder Lucas, we emailing, Mr. Sky, or new members orientation. Correct.
She'll know, you know what, this time when we meet, we can talk about this instead of the thing that she's gonna say over and over again, we can automate that.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. I think it's important. But that's my page that I put the stuff in there that I wanted to see in there, and it came up. Be nice, it ain't moving. I can't move it. Huh? Huh? Okay, so that's the home page. This is the about page. So it talks about our pastor, blah blah blah. It talks about me, right? This is my personal page. Then I got the events page, the different things that's going to be taking place. I talk about, oh Lord. I got that. I got some other things y'all see. So it's going to look somewhat like this. It's going to look somewhat like this, but it's purple. It's pretty though. It's pretty. And I can't see it. What is it? What does it say? Does it say you better go to sleep? Let me ask. Let me see. Oh, that's. But anyway, so it'll have an activity page where it'll have all of our events that we have and so forth, so on. We can do that. Um, I've got a, um, I've got on the actual page, this page here with videos. I got buku videos of church ministry and my ministry. If people want to book me for a speaking engagement, and then how to contact me, right? If people want to um, become a member or be a part of the ministry, they can fill out the information, and that it'll come to the church's email. And we also have a page on how to find us, book a visitation. That page is on there, and things like that. It's really, really nice. And it's going to be something that we can utilize for quite a bit. That which means is we're going to have to communicate in order for it to be active. We want to be relevant. We want to be up to date with what we do. You know, how did I get out of that? Just hit that. Yeah. I don't know. No, I want to get out altogether. Huh? I don't know what that stuff is. What I do? Oh, I know what I did. That's what I want to do. All right. So, any questions other than what we had? So, did we satisfy your answer? Yeah. Yeah. Right.
And then that way, other roofers will be able to disseminate down to us, hey, these are the areas right now that we need assistance with until we have wood workers in place.
Right. And we're going to eventually, and I'm going to stop saying it, and it's going to start happening. We're going to eventually transition to where a lot of we're going to still have announcements, but a lot of our announcements will be on the screen, bringing some more life to what we do. Uh, Take it like you said.
One of the things that I have personally been struggling with as far as like creating slides and things of that nature for whenever we have it projected up on Sundays is I don't know the calendar of events ahead of time, so I feel like I'm constantly scrambling the day before to create it, or even that Sunday to create the announcement. And a lot of times what has happened is announcements have already been created but have not been shared. And so I'm doing more work than necessary.
Mm.
And then by the time I'm projecting something, then I receive the original announcement that was created. any way that, whether it's all the leaders or specific set of leaders, has an actual shared calendar
Mm,
that we can go back and reference,
mm,
so that if you get a phone call, because even like last Sunday, for example, we weren't 100% sure on was it at 3 o'clock, was it 3:30, was it 4 o'clock? And it's thinking, I had a message that said it was at 3. We saw a post on the church's website that says 4. And so then here we are looking back as an actual unit, showing up to a service late. None of us look good, which I don't think that's how we should, it shouldn't look like that. Even if we're 15, 20 minutes early, then nobody can say that Praise Temple's late. You know what I'm saying?
right.
And in that event, like you get a phone call and you agree to an event, you immediately put it in the calendar, or I mean, you let me know, you let you know, whoever is in charge of updating that calendar.
Mm-hmm.
And as things come up, even if they're just suggestions, like it's not that, Voices of Praise has to go, but just us showing up to support, be clear about there's this engagement coming up, your support is needed and welcome, as opposed to like we have to be here, here is it needs to be there. You know what I'm saying? Like whether
Oh, I got it.
whether it's an online calendar or we even have like a posted calendar for the month.
Huh? Did you say didn't only have something like that? We do it through what?
If you got a Gmail, you can use the Google account and just invite us to that calendar.
Yeah, you can. That's a good idea, D-Nice, because I've been thinking about having a scheduling person, a scheduling secretary that everybody goes through and they send them through, because I know agents can be overwhelmed with a lot of stuff, and just have that person that's just responsible for all of the scheduling. Blah 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 blah. We can use multiple people right now. We can use Lucas, we can use him, we can use you, D-Nice, to where that they just send it to you directly. You know.
Another suggestion, if you can put it out there, because I put it on my heart. One of the questions that you were even asking was, how can we do outreach? And I think a lot of that even starts in house. So we have a lot of kids. To me, it's a decent number of kids who have sporting events
Mm-hmm.
that I feel like we should be able to show them that support. It means a
Okay.
lot to these kids. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Now, I don't know them on that type of level to where they have told me like, oh, I just want people to show up. But as a coach, I know that, okay, I coach cross country and track. But even for one person of the church to show up, even if they don't know my athletes, but they know me, and for me to feel that support is going to make me feel more connected to them.
Right. Right.
And I feel like before we can even go out, we have to start in. And if we're not here in it together, then how do we expect to get more people to come, or if they come, for them to actually stay? Like make it to where everybody's life and everything that's going on in your life is important. I understand that we have our own things going on, but to show some form of support, I don't think it's bad.
We got to show that solidarity, y'all. We got to. I mean, y'all know we have more leaders than this. How does it make you feel? Y'all know how long it took me to set this up?
I can only imagine.
You know what I'm saying?
Because we've done it, so we can empathize with that.
And I didn't just last night decide I'm gonna put this up. This was ready 2 weeks ago when I announced it. I already knew what I was going to talk about, but the Lord changed it and told me to go with Nehemiah. I was going to still talk about collaboration, but He wanted me to use Nehemiah. So I had to go in and revamp this. It took me about 15 to 20 hours to do what I'm doing today for two hours of work that people don't consider important. So my thing is this right here. My thing is this right here, is that more than me have to keep talking. I know, well, if the pastor didn't say it, I ain't gonna do it. I know what they say. But if I say it, you say it, then they have to respect it. You know what I'm saying? We're one voice, one sound. And so I think that's what we need to set up. you make that announcement that I don't. How do y'all think we should tackle that? Because I agree with Lady Denise. I mean, she shouldn't have to be here on Sunday mornings getting ready for something. You know, especially even with my sermons. You know, I try to send some the night of. You know, but I need to be sending them that week, so they already set up. Cause I already know what I'm gonna preach next Sunday. So I'll send it over to. Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, I think that's important. So, Denise, your suggestion to us is that we have a central place where you can go to where we send all of our announcements to, right? Okay.
Because I think it would be a great idea, to less, especially less Adrian's road, with the whole announcement thing and video. But at the same time, we can't just make it for it to be one person. Because if I'm gonna be the only one that's recording a person making all the announcements, or it goes back to I'm just recording Adrian, we're at some point going to get tired of it and it's gonna be like, well, let's just go back to what we did before, which is fine.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Yeah, especially because the announcements that I have made, there's Sundays that they're just not even played. So then, I mean,
Hey, were you able to get my video going?
no, I don't know what's wrong with that. But being transparent is not always like, you know, the point of these things.
You just threw me away, did you?
I haven't figured that one out. I'm gonna get to it. But I'm just saying, like, I agree with Lady Scott. The burnout is real.
Yeah.
Like, I never came to Grace Temple Orientation like serving. I came to just get the word. And God obviously had other plans, and I'm fine with that because that's what I was praying for. If that's what you want me to do, like, really give me that unction to be like, okay, you know what? I really gotta get in this.
Yeah.
Do what I gotta do.
Yeah.
Do what I know how to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I keep getting a push, like, you are a leader, and I'm like, oh, not. Yes, you are. And you know, I had a hard time trying to wrap my mind around that.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Stay.
that's just my.
Yeah. Stay the course. I mean, because sometimes, even as the pastor, Denise, it gets tough, and I sit at the house wondering, is this what you called me to do? You know what I'm saying? And that Sunday morning, the Lord allows something to happen, and I'm like, yeah, this is where I'm supposed to be. Just like today, yeah, this is where I'm supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Because the answers to the questions I was asking came out today. It gave me confirmation that I'm on the right road. And the confirmation that you are needed here is what we've been talking about. Does that make sense? I agree with you. We need more people. And that's why I say we can't just do it ourselves. We got to build us a team. So Denise got to get over there and say, hey, would you help me with this? Will you carry this camera? Will you take this picture? You know what I'm saying? Would you do this? You know, because matter of fact, 2 Sundays ago, Omar came in church, and I told Omar, I said, Omar, would you watch my camera for me? He said, yeah, I'll do that, Pastor. And he was watching it, you know. And the next Sunday he came back. You want me to do the camera? Were you there? Yeah. You want me to do the camera? Yeah. Last Sunday, I don't know, he must have had to, I got to go to the bathrooms. Because he was at the bathroom every 5 minutes. I was like, okay, well, we might have to give him some Malox or something. Pepto-Bismol. Okay, good. But you know, so I think it'll work. We gotta try to figure out a way to get those kids excited about it, because I know your daughter is good with electronics. TJ.
I'm a great date night person. Great.
I'm asleep. That's right.
This is my time. My performance starts at 10 o'clock.
Oh Lord. Let's make it work. Y'all. How much time we got?
Whoever else, because the children can greet y'all full gospel Baptist church. That means y'all know that the Baptist church and the Pentecostal church used to have the youth and young adults. They actually did the greeting, but they trained them how to do it.
Right. She said 8 a.m. and 2. Yeah, I got you. And I think it's vital. I think it's important that we keep the communication channels continually open with whatever we need. Because every chance I get, I try to mention it over the time when I'm preaching. You know, this is what God is showing me. But it's going to take that off the side, because most people ain't going to do nothing in public. But if you pull them off to the side, yeah, I'll be glad to do that. I think if I'd have asked Lady Graham, hey, can you be over in the service, she probably would have said, well, Pastor, let's talk about that later. Right? Am I right? Lady Graham don't like being out there in the morning, in the light. But what we have to do is we have to create ways. So tomorrow, yes, let's make that announcement. Maybe have Lady D Nice or Minister Scott stand up and do that part. You know what I'm saying? Youth Sunday. I don't know what they're wearing. Elder Lucas.
The youth usually wear jeans and tops.
Jeans and the tops. So, okay. So you done? Yeah.